Okay, today we're going to talk about surface area of a cylinder. This is probably, or not probably, this is the longest formula that you're going to learn. And it goes like this. It's 2 pi r squared plus pi dh. Okay, it's 2 pi r squared plus pi dh. And if you're curious, like, where is this formula even coming from? Okay, so for a cylinder, right, you know what, let me see if I can draw this for us. Okay, here we go, impromptu drawing. Okay, so for a cylinder, we have the top, and then if we were to clip it, let's go like this. Okay, so the cylinder, like pretend like this is like my Coke can. You can't even see it. This is like saying if I took it and I trimmed, like cut down the side of my can, whoa, and then like unwrapped it, right? The cylinder would be made up of a top and a bottom and then this long rectangle piece, okay? And we know that the area of a circle is pi r squared. And then we know that this is how tall our can is. But then what is this length? That's the circumference, right? This is the length that has to go around the circle, which we've learned is called circumference. And how do you find circumference? You do pi times diameter. So if this is a rectangle, it has a width of pi times diameter and a height of h. So that's where we got pi dh. If you have no clue what I just did, okay, don't stress about it. You'll just have to memorize this formula. 2 pi r squared plus pi dh. 2 pi r squared for the circle on the top and the bottom. Pi d for the width around the circle times the height to make this rectangle. So let me show you how to punch it into your calculator. Okay, so on this first one, okay, the formula is 2 pi r, which is halfway across the circle, squared, right? 2 pi r squared plus pi times the diameter. Diameter is the distance all the way across the circle. So if it's 6 halfway across, the diameter is 12 times the height is 22. Okay, 2 times pi times, oops, I said pi and then typed 6. 2 times pi times 6 squared plus pi times 12 times 22. We're rounding to the nearest whole number, so if I'm looking at my calculator, I have 1055.5. Is that 5 big enough to round that up? Yes. So 1056 feet squared. Okay, and I always punch it in twice just to make sure I didn't make a mistake. So 2 pi 6 squared plus pi dh. There we go. Okay, let's look at this second one. So again, the formula, it's long and obnoxious, but that's okay. You're smart, you can handle it. 2 times pi times the radius squared plus pi times the diameter times the height. Okay, what you'll notice is that the radius is 1.5. because this line is going all the way across. That's telling you, hey, the diameter is 3, but that means the radius is 1.5. So I'm going to type it in, 2 times pi times 1.5 squared plus pi times the diameter times the height. So 127.3 or 0.2, is the 2 5 or more? No, so 127 inches squared. Okay, I'm going to type it in one more time. 2 pi, oops, squared plus pi, ooh, I messed up. 2 pi 1.5 squared plus pi times diameter times height. Perfect. Again, most of y'all know what you're doing, but run into problems if you mistype a number or something, and that's a bummer. So it's always worth it to type it in 2 times. Okay, and then on this last one, 2 times pi times the radius squared plus pi times the diameter, which would be 19, times the height, which is 11. If you're not sure what the diameter would be, I just did that in my head. Just double it on your calculator. So 2 times pi times the radius squared plus pi times the diameter times the height. So I'm getting 1223.6. Is the 6 5 or more? It is. So that's 1,224 centimeters squared. So 2 pi radius squared plus pi dh. Perfect. And there you go.